SJ Surya in Dawn or Miskin in the Dragon movie? If you became the CEO of Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp, what's the first rule you would make? Two students copy each other's homework, but both actually understand the topic. Is it still cheating?
You always do what is right when nobody is watching. So that is actually building your character.
Yeah. Do you think school uniforms make everyone equal, or do they take away your uniqueness? Yes.
I feel like uniqueness is definitely not going to take away your uniqueness.
You became the education minister. What's one subject you would add to the school? A very good morning to one and all. Seats at the same table, where experience meets imagination, where voices are not defined by age. Welcome to a very unique podcast, where we bring in for the very first time the management of Riksha Global School to my right, consisting of the beloved correspondent, Mr. Harinivas Rajashekaran. Hello, sir.
Thank you.
And our visionary principal, Miss Yamini Radhakrishnan. Welcome, ma'am. On to my left, we have two of our star students, Ashwant from grade 12. Hello, Ashwant.
Hello, sir.
And Mritika from grade 11. Well, it's a very interesting question, one from two very popular films which released in the past years. So the first question coming right away, SJ Surya in Dawn or Miskin in the Dragon movie? I guess all of you have watched these two films?
Yes.
Okay. So who is your favorite teacher and why?
So
Yeah, we'll go with sir first. Yes.
Okay. And it's a tricky question.
Okay, yes.
What I would normally do is, regarding the two characters, we could have a mix of both. Probably the drama of S.J. Surya and the unpredictability of Miskin.
Okay.
And put them together as one teacher. You would have a dramatic class. Excited.
Yes,
You never
yes.
know what's going to happen next. And normally in a class, when you complete the lesson and what comes next, that's thrilling. So on a serious note, if you consider my favorite teacher would be someone who's just not here in class but destined for more, not just for the next exam, and who sees students in a different level, not directing them towards only exams.
So I think I should keep this suggestion in my mind since I am also a teacher. I'll try to be that in the next few years, hopefully. Okay, thank you so much, sir. I'll move on to ma'am. What would be the favorite teacher for you among these two?
Actually, I love this question because both of them is the principal of a school, college, but here myself is the principal of a school. And you know, both of them, they have their own uniqueness first. Like, in the first part, both of them were portrayed as like they are villains to the students. But when it reaches to the conclusion, some value they teach each student, like how they have to be in their life. So when compared with both of them, you see, like in the part of S.J. Surya, he makes the child to the student to understand. Before moving into the stage of a principal, he was also a college student who was into that type of activities, what actually Sivakarthikeyan does in that movie, and he forgives for the mistake what the student has done it. Same it happens in the film of the Dragon also. So I feel both of them are equally has its own. So I love both. Compared to both, if you ask me, whom the weightage has to be given is like Miskin.
Okay. So Dear audience, as you heard, it was a wonderful speech from both of them, and they had very different opinions about how they look at it. But I would take one more point from Principal Ma'am, which is, and I would request my students to please understand this. We might look like villains to you sometimes, but we are not. We are doing everything for your benefit. Sometimes we have to be strict, but we are not villains. You should wait until the climax. The climax is the board exam. So as you see your results, you will realize that we were not villains, we were heroes. Coming straight to Ashwant, our student, do you agree to this?
Well, I totally agree with sir and ma'am, but I can't really comment on which teacher I like more because I've been living under a rock and I have not watched the Dragon movie yet.
Which rock are you living under?
It's a rock called Edapadi. I have watched the movie Dawn, and Sir S.J. Surya's role was really good in that movie. I must comment on it. I can comment on his like the approach which he had in the beginning of the film of being a very rigid and a strict teacher. It doesn't work these days. These days, students are not oppressed. They don't get oppressed very easily. The students are more outspoken, more rebellious. So a more oppressing approach does not work out, and I believe at the end of the film he had a really good character development wherein he excused Sir Sivakarthikeyan of his mishap which he did, and so I believe that teachers are in the upcoming generations are becoming more and more friendly towards the students, and they are coming out of their conservative way. So a teacher who is like that, in my opinion, is the ideal teacher.
That's a wonderful answer. Yeah. Things are changing a lot in the teaching sector. Teachers are no longer those teachers who used to be very strict and would be having a cane in the hand. Things have changed a lot. Teachers have turned into mentors more than those strict people who used to walk the corridor. So yeah, I do agree with Ashwant's statement. Coming to Mritika, which would be your pick among these two?
My favorite teacher would be Mishkin sir, because I think the way he led Raghavan was a better way than what S.J. Surya did with Sivakarthikeyan sir.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next question? Yes. Are we ready for it? Okay. So the next question coming up. If you were invisible for one day in school, where's the first place you would go? That is the question of all the questions. And of course, yes. We'll go with Principal Ma'am first. Yes.
If I'm invisible for a day, I'll be as usual, I'll be going rounds and listening to all children, because I witness when I go for rounds in the corridor, children used to say, principal is coming, see ma'am is coming. They alert the teachers and the friends, okay. So when I get inside a classroom, I feel that it was like something is abnormal sometimes. So if I am visible, I will be inside the classroom and see how actually students behave without a principal, how it will be, and towards teachers also, because when I enter, there will be a modulation in their tones, or the way they deliver the content will get varied.
Yes.
So I want to really feel like how actually the classrooms are. So if I am invisible, I will be doing my routine work, so children will not have a fear that principal is coming.
Yes.
Then I will be relaxed in my room for some time without the disturbance of
Yes. Well, that brings me to a concern for my teachers. In case you don't find Principal Ma'am one day walking the corridor, you know she is inside, looking straight at you, but she is not visible. So be careful how you take the classes. So it might be about the children, but I believe the teachers should be more careful about such a day happening for real. Okay, so we'll move to correspondent sir with the same question.
Yes. And if I am invisible for a day and in school,
yes sir,
I would probably go to the classrooms, then the playgrounds, your lunch hall, labs, all these places. Then the teachers are not there and the students are left alone.
Okay.
Not to spy on them. It's basically to understand what they feel, what they want, what they're discussing about, so that from the perspective of the management, we'll be able to help them and support them better. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because it's how only when they are alone, and when nobody's watching them,
They are
you
who
get
they are.
to
Yes.
hear the true essence.
Yes.
And once that is there, the school can even improve
Yes, sir, yes.
on terms of much providing them what they require.
I think we both
Agreed.
have the same goal in
Yes.
this question.
So we watch out. We better watch out. The kids should watch out
And
because
probably I could also do this with the teachers also.
okay, in the staff room and in the library.
Basically, all the places when you're not engaged with your activities,
Yes, yes.
but you're alone and doing with your friends or whatever it is, so that you get to understand what the true essence of school is.
Okay. Yes.
Because that is where your true character also comes.
Yes, sir. I agree. That is interesting, exciting, and scary. Okay, the same question to Ashwant. What would you do? Where would you go if you become invisible for a day?
So, if I were invisible for a day at school, it would be definitely one of the science labs, chemistry lab or the physics lab, because I watch a lot of science videos related to experimentation. I'm very much invested in experimentation, so it would be a heaven for me if I were invisible and I'm in the chemistry lab or the physics lab. I would be conducting my own experiments, doing some math science stuff, freak accidents maybe.
Well, surely it might be a heaven for you, but the person who will be witnessing no one but the beakers moving, that's a hell for them. So yeah, it's gonna give creeps, but that's a wonderful answer. Okay, so you are a hidden scientist, you believe?
I do.
Why do you feel that you have to be invisible to do that? You can even do while being visible.
Well, some of the experiments which I have in my mind, if I am visible, they might restrict me from doing that.
Is it like you are planning to explode the school?
Well, not explode the school, definitely an explosive though.
Well, we need to watch out, not just for the management, but also for the kids, because we are in the middle. Whatever happens, we are gonna bear the brunt of it. Okay, Mritika, the same question to you. What would you do? Where would you go if you become invisible for a day?
Sir, I'd go to the staff room first to hear what they're talking about us, sir.
Do you mean what they gossip about?
Yes, sir.
Why would you do that?
Sir, I hear that the staff room gossip is good, really good. So
It's really good. Okay, fine.
She's hearing gossip is really good.
So that's all?
She is more concerned about actually what teachers speak about Mritika.
Yes.
Because she is the one person sometimes
Misunderstood. Yeah.
also.
We are moving to the next question, audience, and this is going to be related to academics, because as we know, this is a hub of academics, this is a temple of academics, this is our school. So we move on to the next question. If you became the education minister, what's one subject you would add to the schools? My question to Principal Ma'am this time.
If I am the educational minister, my first point will be the deletion of subjects only, not including any subject. Children are already overloaded with lot of subjects. In case, apart from that, if you want to add anything like mandatory, we can make it. Like that subject will not have examination, so children will learn and enjoy. It could be law. The basic things that the child should know right from the age of 6. So law can be included, and where the subject will not have any assessments, only a portfolio making or a project only, not any written examinations.
Yes, I do agree, ma'am, because in the modern times, being aware about what is legal, what is illegal, and also being aware about your rights is very important. That is the next big challenge which the modern generation is going to face. So a good awareness in law is always helpful. Yes, my same question to sir. Which subject would you include in case you become the education minister? Yes.
I would probably look into something like the art of being human. So basically it deals with how to handle emotions.
Yes.
Probably stress.
Yes.
Then other things not just given in the current textbooks, handling money. All those things which is not in the textbooks right now, wherein life doesn't actually come with marks. It gives you moments. So you have to be ready to handle moments.
That is right. I completely agree with sir on this, because even I believe that we are teaching mathematics, physics, language, geography, history, so many things. These are so much theoretical, and of course it is required moving into the future. But what Sir just suggested makes a huge impact in the young minds. If we talk about the skills, the knowledge and all, it will always be a part of us. But if we don't know how to handle our life, how to handle our emotions, how to control our mind, and how to actually live our life, and also at the same time Sir mentioned about managing finance, which is so important in the modern times, because that is one part which many of us are not aware of, the investments and how to make money out of money and so many things. So I believe that yes, I do agree, and we all would agree to this, that life is not about marks, it is much more than that. And all the knowledge that we give in school, it can only be put to use when we know how to handle our emotions and feelings. So yeah, that was a wonderful answer, sir. Thank you so much. Moving on to Ashwant.
So,
Well, it will take some time for you to become the education minister, but in case you become, what would be that?
in case I were to be, well, this answer is connected to the answer which I gave for what if I was invisible. So, if I were the education minister, I would definitely add a subject about engineering sciences, wherein students get their hands dirty doing stuff like maybe coming up with an engineering solution for a problem, brainstorming ideas. I believe a lot of schools have this already. Our school has also implemented ways where we can do experiments during the chemistry or the physics labs periods. So that subject would be focused mainly on how students can work with their own hand skills, carpentry or whatever that boosts their hand-eye coordination or thinking capabilities and engineering capabilities.
Okay, yeah. That's very technical, but yeah, it does make sense a lot. Yes, okay. Moving on to Mritika with the same question, but my request is make it a little longer this time. Yes.
Sir, as Principal Ma'am said, I would also definitely delete the subject, sir, because already there are more subjects and it is very complicated for us. Maybe I would add mental health awareness, because we don't know what's going on with our heads and we don't know how to explain it. Maybe we get some knowledge about it, we'll be able to handle it better, sir.
Yeah. That is the... Yes.
It is something like, it is not just to deal with students right now in all the aspects.
Yes.
Apart from what, basically right now when as the world is going right now, we have to be very cautious about how kids come dealing with stress,
Yes.
dealing with
Emotions. Yes.
how to handle other people, make life choices.
Yes.
All those things are really, really important.
Important.
That actually gives you an edge.
Yes. So as we can see, by the end of this question, Principal Ma'am are on equal footing, Mritika and Correspondent Sir are on the same footing. So yeah, I mean, there is an agreement that it is not just the marks, but it is much more than that. And the mounting pressure on the students is really a big problem in the modern times. Moving on to the next question, question number 4. Do you think students should focus only on academics or give equal importance to extracurricular activities too? This answer would definitely be from Correspondent Sir first.
Definitely both. Definitely both. Because what's the point if just scoring marks? And if you're not if you're scared to go on stage and speak, or if you don't play a team sport, what's the point? So it's about you have to have a mix of both.
Yeah. And I believe that... yes.
The learning doesn't happen just in the classroom.
Yes, that is true. I completely agree. I mean, this is a very unique setup where we give equal weightage to extracurricular, co-curricular activities as well as academics. And although many people might not agree, but we believe and we do agree to this. So yeah, thank you, sir. Moving on to this same question with Principal Ma'am, what would be your...
Sure, I agree with what Sir has said. It should be a balanced education, like the diet which we intake it, right? Our food has a balanced diet. Same, our education system should have both academics and the extracurricular activities. It is not like, how can a person be mentally fit without they are physically fit? If they are physically fit, and of course they are mentally fit. So both hands on hand will work out.
So as we all know, as we heard from Principal Ma'am, how can a man be mentally fit if the man is not physically fit? And this brings me to a very famous quote by Swami Vivekananda. And he said that a sound mind resides in a sound body. So I think we are all echoing the same. My question will now move to the students. So Ashwant will be answering this. So what is your take on it? The academics and then co-curricular, extracurricular activities. What's your take?
So, if I were in any other education system other than the Indian education system, for example, if I were under the American education system, my answer would have been definitely extracurriculars, because that educational system values the skills the students have rather than the marks. But I'm under the Indian education system, which has a good blend of both academics and the extracurriculars. So my take would be that academics must have a higher hand than the ECAs, because India demands marks more than anything else. And so the percentage would be something like 70% academics and 30% ECAs, any skill related stuff.
Okay, so even you believe that we are maintaining the standards which are usually followed in the Western countries? Yeah.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, so what do you think that the Western countries are doing so well that they have more explorers and innovators than us? Is it the co-curricular and extracurricular activity engagement which is actually working out for them more than us?
No doubt, actually, sir. It is because of they get involved in these things way earlier in their childhood, and they sort of develop creativity, like they sort of develop their the curiosity, the creativity when they are already involved in the particular skills. So a kid in America, he gets involved in stuff like carpentry or the things like extracurricular skills, which will be coming in handy for him when he is at a stage in life where he is supposed to select his career path. So a person there has experience in every single part of life, academics, music, or handworks related to science. They have hands in everywhere. So they, for over years, they have this experience, gathered experience, which actually helps them to select what they like.
Right.
So I do believe that this helps their growth.
So it's more application based than theory.
World needs more applications and more creativity to come up with solutions rather than existing conservative methods. That's my take on it.
Right. Okay, so what's your take, Mritika?
Sir, I think education and extracurriculars should be equal, sir, because we are not excited to learn maths, we are excited to do Arabic, swimming and everything, sir. So I think.
But you're excited to learn English, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. Next question, and this is the one which is gonna be tricky, and especially I guess one of the members of the management is not ready for it. If you became the CEO of Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp, what's the first rule you would make? My question to give Principal Ma'am some time, I would go to correspondence. We can shift, okay. We can start with Mritika.
Sir, I think I would remove all the fake accounts, sir. Like many hate comments, and they, trick other people. So that's like a big struggle among us in our Gen Z.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yes, there's a lot of fake accounts which create nuisance all over the social media. Yeah.
Also the AI generated fake news which create a lot of chaos and confusions. I do agree with Mritika, and I would also try to implement a rule that that promotes more of the scientific content and more of the real news rather than the fake news that's all over social media, and also a screen limit which is already existing right now, but it could be something like the app deactivates after a particular time.
So is it like a weapon you're talking about that we find in Mission Impossible series, that this message will be deactivated or destroyed in the next 5 minutes? Is it possible?
Social media is being used as a weapon, so Yes, yes, sir.
But how can it just destroy the device or the app?
Not the device, but it automatically pushes you out of the app.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. With principal, ma'am. Yes.
Like definitely if I'm a CEO of WhatsApp, Insta or Facebook, definitely I'll resign my job first and to take away all these social medias away from the students. It is a common man, which is I feel which is not required. We are we were living in the without this Facebook, Insta, and these types of social media, we were able to lead a healthy life. We were able to spend enough time with our family, all those things. Now we do have a poster like a fourth monkey is there on where the fourth monkey will do all these three things of. Normally we have a poster like
Gandhiji's three monkeys, and
Yeah.
you're talking about one more.
Yeah, it is a rule. When I become a CEO, definitely I'm going to close all these apps and resign my job.
Then there will be no social media.
Let it be, sir.
But don't
The
you?
hypothetical question is that if you are the CEO, so my point would be like if I was the CEO, then I would make it mandate that when you log in every time, you come up with some real stories or some real posts wherein it is inspired to read, because you said that you are the CEO and you cannot just take away social media.
Yes.
So if that is the case, then this would be my option wherein whenever you log in, you need to read some real stories and real emotions there,
Yes.
wherein it is inspiring for us,
Inspiring.
and not just selfies and random reels.
Yes.
That's about the thing wherein at last we are all held up in this era wherein
Yes.
you cannot neglect.
You cannot. Yes. I was about to say this point to ma'am.
Yeah.
Like it's a part of our lifestyle now.
Because I'm not active in all those
Yes,
things.
yes, yes. Yes.
So when you do this, so probably that would be helpful for the
Yes.
students. And it's not just for the students. It's
For-
basically like for the social media. It's a common question.
It's a
Yes.
common. Yeah.
I would
It's
like to
common.
add on to Sir's point.
Yes.
Social media brings the world to us, and with every single person in the world coming together, a lot of good ideas can be brought on the table, rather than just selfies and trying to get the other person jealous or something.
What's wrong with a selfie?
Well, there's nothing wrong with the selfie, but keep your life to yourself. You don't have to publish it to the world. That's
Sharing
my
is
point.
caring. Don't you feel that?
Sharing good things is caring. Not
Selfie is good.
sharing your luxury when people watch a lot of things on social media, and when you share your own luxury, people who can't afford it, they feel bad about themselves.
Luxuries are supposed to be shown, flaunted.
True, not to the world.
Then to whom?
What you have, why you want to.
Suppose you get an expensive Richard Mille watch. Whom did you buy it for? Yourself.
Yes.
Why did you buy it? Why not settle with a Titan or a Sonata?
That's actually personal satisfaction.
Yes.
It is never to advertise. So it's basically you don't go advertising what you actually have. So social media as a platform, as he suggested, it should be a platform for growth and more of positiveness in the world rather than just being materialistic.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Mritika? You are a student from commerce and you have read about conspicuous consumption, wherein we start paying heavy price for things which we consider to be a trend or of great value, but we don't look into the prices. Then what about diamonds? Why do people wear diamonds, and what's your take on that?
So I think personally,
Is it really about personal satisfaction, or to some extent we also want people to notice?
we also want people to notice.
Okay, so do you agree with what Ashwant and Sir just said? Is it for personal satisfaction?
No, sir.
First point is personal satisfaction. Then comes
Then yes, so there is a part where we show
See,
it.
you accomplish something.
Yes.
So you want the world to see it.
Yes,
Fine.
absolutely.
But don't be too materialistic. That is what it is. What do you say? Accomplishments
Accomplishments.
are necessary.
Yes.
And that has to be an example for the next person
Yes,
to actually follow
in the footsteps.
in your footsteps.
Yes.
That is what it is.
Yes. Well, we do agree to this. And moving on to the next then. Well, the next question coming right away. If two students copy each other's homework, but both actually understand the topic, is it still cheating? My question straight to principal.
No, it's not cheating, but how it is like somewhat they are cheating themselves. For teacher, it is not cheating because teacher knows that is both of them understood and they have copied it. When we take as it in a person is definitely you're cheating. You have your own uniqueness. Why to copy somebody else? So you can create it on your own when you understand it.
Yes. Yes, that's add transparency to it as well, and you can even self-assess yourself. But I would like to ask the same question to correspondent sir and see what's his take on this.
Yes, basically, I would say it is cheating, yes. Because, for example, if you know how to swim, right? So it's like telling someone else
Will swim for me.
will swim. That is what it is. So if you are able to do, if you know what the answer is, then you make an effort to own it, rather than just copying it from somebody else. So basically, it comes under the category of cheating. But on the hindsight, it is always right. You always do what is right when nobody is watching. So that is actually building your character.
Yeah, that's true.
So at Briksha, we always make sure that that is the prime aspect to it.
Yes.
Your character is what you are.
That is true. So it's not who you are when you are in front of everybody, but it's who you are when there's no one. That is who you are actually. So that's your character. So I completely agree with what sir just said. Moving with the same question to Mritika this time. And so what do you think about it?
Sir, I think it will come under cheating, sir. But if we look at it from a student's point of view, when it is like a help for survival, sir.
Yeah.
If I don't complete it, I'll definitely get something from the teacher. So to save myself, I do that. But it is in the end, it is still considered cheating, sir.
So it is cheating for you.
I'm still stealing the hard work of my fellow classmate.
But we just got a shocker. Principal ma'am sounded more liberal about it. But that's okay. I mean, she had a very different take on it. But Mritika agrees with what correspondents had just said, that they both consider it as cheating. But ma'am had a different philosophy about it, to which we can also agree as well. Moving to Ashwant with the same question.
So my answer resonates more with Principal Ma'am's answer. If you understand something.
Is it a pre-planned one?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So you're gonna support ma'am and she's gonna support sir. This is how it's gonna be like. Okay. Yeah.
So if you understand something, why steal your chance of applying that knowledge? Why steal your chance of showing what you really understood? Why should the student copy from the other person if he understands? That's like it's like stealing your own chance to be who you are, as ma'am said.
Actually resonating with.
You're resonating with sir.
I agree with sir and ma'am both.
But that is hypocrisy. You are supposed to do with any one statement, or you can have your own statement.
This is my own statement, which resonates with both the statements.
Okay. We can agree to disagree. Okay. Moving on to the next question. If Google gave you access to everyone's search history for 1 hour, what would you look for? That is a very controversial question, and to ease my pressure, I will go with the students first. Okay. So we'll go with Ashwant.
So my philosophy is that personal things should be left personal unless the person gives you access to it. And when Google gives you access to people's search history, I don't think it's right to snoop around their own personal matters. So I would probably search for the turn off button for that particular feature. I don't want what people do in their pastime.
Okay, yeah, you are trying to speak in favor of your privacy.
Yes.
So you are in for privacy. Okay. What about you, Mritika?
Sir, I also agree with Ashwin brother, sir, because I don't want to invade anyone's privacy, because I would not like someone looking into my history.
That's
so I would
right.
also do the same for everyone else.
Okay, well, I have before I look right with this dangerous question which we have, I just want to clarify something. Sometimes we do have certain chats on certain, websites which we might have accessed, and it's the record is there in the history. Sometimes it's necessary for the intelligence to keep a track of it in order to understand that there is no antisocial activity or some terrorist organizations are not operating. So don't you feel it should be accessible for them? Like if we do not have any track of any history, and if we have an opportunity or a chance to block it entirely, won't it risk security for the country?
Well, this comes to the ethical dilemma of invading privacy and saving the people, like being the good guys or being the guys who save the world. And I think in the extreme cases it can be justified to snoop around the search history, but on the cost of another person's privacy. Well, I would choose this. I would choose to be the person who saved the world. So my philosophy bends at that particular dilemma.
This question?
Yes. So it is justified to stop some antisocial activities, and for that reason, if you snoop around a person's search history, I think it is justifiable.
So did I just change your point with my question? You agree?
Not really. It just went the other way.
That is what we call changing the point.
Yes, right.
Now I will move to correspondence, sir, with this question.
So hypothetically,
Yes.
you're given a chance.
Yes, sir.
So, in the perspective of the management and for the kids, what I would normally do is to go to a point wherein the kids are completely lost or completely stressed. During that time, what they search. That is what actually matters, because we can actually try to understand where they are coming from, what their levels are.
Yes.
And in case, from the school's point of view, we'll be able to help them in that particular way, it would be wonderful. So that's all.
So that is a wonderful thing. I mean, what sir just mentioned, it's more about ensuring that the kids are feeding the right thing when they are down, when they are feeling lonely, or when they are not busy. So it's not about that we wish to intrude their privacy, but it's about we want to ensure their safety and that they are feeding the right content. So it's not just about the right food that we take, it's also about the right thought, what we take that shapes us. So yes, I completely agree to that, sir. Moving on to principal, ma'am, with this question.
It will be something personal which is not going to relate to school or something.
Okay, ma'am.
One I'll be revisiting my own history, and the next part definitely it is going to be my daughter's one, because in front of me I know she looks into all these Veda to something else which related to her subject. So out of my presence, I want to know, actually, as from sir's statement also I take this, like what she is actually she is browsing for it in the absence of us, what she actually needed. She is in, like, really she is into the education, or apart from that, does she is interested in some other area which is like it is hidden from me, where I need to support her in such an aspect. This 2 point.
My question to principal, ma'am, are you a strict mother?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Point to be noted. Those who are thinking that ma'am is a strict mother, she is not, as she says. But still,
Principle, right?
yes. So she is a strict principal, but a not strict mother. On to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you could learn directly from any person in the world, who would it be, and what would you ask them? This question will go to correspondent, sir, first. One person from whom you could learn personally, whom would you go?
So, probably I would love to talk to Elon Musk or A.R. Rahman.
Yes.
Because I would ask them the question, how are you very creative and not burning out? Because it's like you have the passion,
Yes.
you have the peace, and also you have the progression towards something bigger.
Yes.
And you don't get burned out, and you're still creative.
Yes.
So that's the one question.
So how not to reach the stagnation point?
Yes.
Like how are they still going on with the innovations even if
Yeah,
they have
innovation is
created?
being creative.
Being
because
creative, yes.
When you talk about Elon Musk
Yes.
or Airman,
Yeah,
too
Raman.
widespread.
Yeah, it's a very different from different fields.
And they are not. They're just today. They're there for a long period. Of
Yeah,
time.
they have been there
And
for a
they've
long
made a mark in their respective
Yes,
fields.
yes.
And they both very creative persons.
Yes.
And creativity is one that we are lacking right now.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
if
That is
that-
correct.
I could get answers from them for that, and that would be it.
Do you believe, like I have always wanted to ask you this question, why is India falling so short of creativity in the modern times, and the Western countries are still keeping up with what they used to have before, and it's getting better and
No,
better?
it's not that India is falling behind on creativity. We are having a lot of creative thinkers.
Okay.
But the education system that we are in, as Ashwin pointed out earlier, the scope for creativity is more in the Western countries.
Yeah,
The scope
yeah.
for creativity is less
In
because of the system that we are in, where
Yeah.
the system here focuses more on the marks.
Yeah, that's
And
correct.
when the marks-based education is being done here, when you talk about maths, then you always go back to maths, physics, chemistry,
Yes.
all the technical subjects, and leave alone the
That
areas
is
wherein the creativity is there.
Agreed.
So art is one form wherein creativity happens, not just in terms of drawing. If you take art, it is more of dance, games, sports, everything there is more creative. So
That is
our creative side has been restricted because of the system that we are in,
That
and
is
not that we are less creative.
Yeah, yeah. The scope is less,
Yeah, the scope
but
is
we do
less.
have the skills. Yes.
Definitely, everybody has the skills, and identifying the skills
Matters.
And we cannot identify skills when we are just sitting right here in the classrooms.
That is correct. I agree completely. Yes, we can't until we see the world. You know, there are a few lines, very famous lines, which says that if you really want to explore the world outside, don't sit inside a car and try to explore it. Walk in the rain, and then only you will know what the world is. So yeah, that reminds me of the same thing. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And the same question goes to ma'am. If there was one person from whom you can learn personally, who would be that person, and what you gonna learn?
And the person is Miss Jayalalitha Madam.
Okay.
former Chief
Yes.
Minister of
Yes.
Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
And what my question, something I will be asking her from where I can learn is like the day and the situation and the second which made her fearless and determined.
Do you believe that struggle is important to be fearless?
Sure, 100%.
Do you agree that struggle makes the greatest leaders, or leaders are born?
No, it is not leaders are born. It is like the situation made you to lead. That's it.
Yes.
The leaders are actually made; they're not born.
Yeah, they are.
It defines circumstances.
Yes.
From the circumstances, how you come out,
That defines a leader. And this has been a question of great debate over the years, whether a leader is born or made.
No, it is not.
It is made,
From my
your point of view. And I believe sir also believes the same. Yes. Yes.
because we
So it would definitely be Richard Feynman. He's one of the best physics professors to have ever lived. His lectures are in a way that a toddler can pick up quantum physics very easily, and they're constructed in a way that it builds your scientific intuition and the way of scientific thinking. So I would definitely learn from Richard Feynman the physics and how to observe nature and learn science directly from it rather than textbooks. A lot of people have this misconception that physics, chemistry, math cannot be creative, but they were created in the first place because humans were creative. They were able to observe things in the nature, find patterns in it, and describe it in a way that makes sense and can be applied to other phenomena. So Newton's laws were first derived from an apple, as the legend goes, but they can also be applied to various fields from the quantum level to to the universal level. The law still hold on. So I believe that Richard Feynman did a fabulous job in explaining physics in a very creative and an intuitive way.
Okay, so Richard Feynman it is for Ashwant. What's your take on it, Ritik?
Go with my dad, sir, because he's always so calm in every situations. Because my mother always, makes him come out of his comfort zone, fights with him, does everything that make him mad, sir. But he does not get mad at any point. He always handles my mom so calmly, sir. So I'd go with him, learn how to be calm.
That is wonderful. Okay, I was not expecting this name to come up, but this shows that she is thinking originally. If you have an inspiration at home, why look for any outside? So yes, it's her dad from Ritika. Moving on to the next question, shall we? Are we ready? If someone gave you a hero role in a movie, what kind of story would you want to act in and why? My question goes to correspondent sir first.
Where the hero actually empowers others to become heroes.
Okay, yeah, that's deep.
So,
Yes.
Think about it, it's like probably a change maker in a school, probably an office, or a village, or even a startup for that matter.
Okay.
Wherein you empower
Others to also believe in
I
it.
believe that the future is about generating more heroes than just having a single hero.
Like, that is the best answer we could hear, I guess. But then again, we have so many more people, but this is one of the best answers I've ever heard, that instead of taking all the credit for being the hero, he wants to create more heroes, because as he believes that the world is in need of more heroes. That is really very deep. Thank you, sir. The same question goes to Principal Ma'am, and let's see if she can beat sir with her answer.
Definitely not, because sir is like something who is different.
Yes.
You cannot expect me that different from me actually. And it can be like a normal, a middle class working woman. How she makes her to reach to the level in her profession, and the balancing of home and the office time. And if I get another chance, like I'll be will be taking the role of a king, the Raja children. But
Okay.
my first preference will be like a middle class working woman, because I feel like she is a daily heroine where she should be appreciated for everything.
Yes. So I read it somewhere that my hero doesn't wear a cape. She wears a sari and holds a spatula in her hand. So that is definitely, what ma'am said, middle class lady trying her best against all odds, managing the family and the work. So this is the modern hero. So that definitely uplifts the society and the women. So definitely ma'am is in for this uplifting and women empowerment. Okay, we'll move with the same question to Ashwant.
So I have a track record of being starred in a role where I become the villain or I get defeated by someone. So if I were to be given a chance to act in a movie, I would definitely choose a story that has a happy ending, feel-good film, like a Shawshank Redemption. So a movie where there is something to feel good about rather than just blood and violence. Though it satisfies the catharsis, it is not what we need in our hectic lives. We need something to feel good. We need something to soothe our soul. And I believe I would choose such story which soothes your soul. And I would definitely enjoy some scientific elements in it.
Don't you
Being
believe
me.
that some movies do need to address the catharsis?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, sir, because people have to vent out their pent up emotions one way or the other, and these action films with their excessive gore, it helps in some way, but it does not heal the soul, which has been under a lot of torment in the day to day life, a lot of stress, a lot of things going on. And only thing that can soothe the soul is through an experience which is happy rather than blood and fighting and chaos. Something that's calm and serene soothes the soul. It heals the soul, in my opinion.
That's a wonderful answer. I'll take that. What about you, Mritika?
So I'd go from the opposite of what Ashwin bro said because I like blood, gore and crime. So I'd like to experience it by acting in a film like that. So I'd go for a crime thriller, maybe as an investigating officer who investigates a series of murders like this.
So, have you been fond of any particular such series or such character which is already very popular?
Sir, it is an English film called Seven. So there are like 7 murders.
Okay.
And I like that film so much.
Are you talking about Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt movie 7?
No, sir.
No, it's a different one. Okay, okay. All right, so we can move to the next question. What's one school rule that doesn't make sense to you and why? Well, no one better than correspondents are to answer that.
We'll take it back to our school. This was basically, I think still now it's there, so no talking in class.
Yes.
So I think that's absurd, wherein most of the learning happens
Through conversation,
and
interaction.
your talk.
Yes,
So,
yes.
no talking in class actually makes no sense. So a lot of ideas actually come out when you have group discussions or arguments. Somewhere wherein the class is a bit, you cannot say all the time, but
Interactive.
it requires.
Yeah.
Interactions are required. And
Yes.
that is how learners are shaped and probably getting to the next level of
Yes.
learning.
Yes.
So I think at Vriksha we have broken that rule.
Absolutely,
So probably
absolutely.
that's the one thing that
It's more interactive. It's very
Noisy
interactive.
classroom is always there.
Yes, yes. A school which is not noisy is not a school. A school has
As
to
you
be
know,
noisy.
when we're doing this podcast, we had to make sure that we are in a safe zone wherein we don't hear the noise because the classes are going on and
Yes.
then we had noise everywhere. So
Yes. No, I agree with this because I would like to go back to my school days as well. And we had this quote written in the library. Speech is silver, silence is gold. So me and my friends decided that we will settle with silver. We don't need gold. We are not fond of gold. We'll settle with silver and we will speak. So because speech is important for conversation, communication and bonding. So yeah, I completely agree with sir. If there is no interaction, there is no class. Coming to ma'am with the same question.
We'll go with it.
Is it like that?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, the question goes to Ashwant now. What's one school rule that doesn't make sense to you and why?
Well, it's similar to what correspondents said about talking in classroom, but the setting is different for me. Talking in lunch hall, I get the idea that table manners is important and maintaining a silence in the table is really the ethic. But then it's not a 5-star hotel where everybody has to be calm and poised with their knives and forks and spoons. It's a gathering where students talk to each other, they talk to teachers, they share ideas.
It's not a problem as long as students are talking to teachers. It becomes a problem when students are only talking to students and not the teachers. Then the hell breaks loose.
I do agree with that.
And regarding the use of spoons, I mean the cutlery, there's nothing wrong in that. That's my opinion. According to the British ways or the Western ways of civility and refinement, that is actually the most hygienic way to have your food.
Yes, sir. That's the point. Like, it's too for students. They can be how they are while they are eating the Indian way with hands and tasting it in their own way. My point is that restricting students from talking in lunch hall, I feel like that's a rule that can be written out of the textbooks.
Okay.
It's not like taking it. It is like you can talk inside the dining hall. It is the noise you make.
Yeah.
There is a difference. There is a vast difference, like talking and making noise.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as our dining hall is concerned, it is a noise.
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 There I am asking you to reduce the noise.
Yes.
Not to talk. It is not
Not
a rule
not
that you're
talk.
not to talk. It is like to reduce the noise.
No shouting or yelling. That is
Yes,
what
that's actually.
Yes.
Auntie, please.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
easier. See, there's about we've got a few aunties there to help you with your dining
Yes.
procedures. So if you're going to raise your hand, it's easier for them to notice. If everybody shouts from different corners, it's very difficult for them to actually identify and come to you and serve the food.
That's
It's easier for you to just raise your hand so that they are able to come to you and serve you even more faster.
Yes,
But
sir.
to imagine everyone shouting auntie, 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 and then where the auntie is supposed to go and serve. So that's about it. So basically, you can have conversations within yourself, but ma'am is more concerned about making noise, that is shouting above the voice regarding specifics and not your.
Same question with principal, ma'am. What's one school rule that doesn't make sense to you and why? So the question is straight to the rule maker.
Textbooks.
Okay.
Class 5. I feel like class 5 textbooks are not required. So that part we can remove it. The children can be, textbook free classrooms.
Okay.
And like there should be no rule in this school. Why we should have a rule?
And adding on to ma'am's point, I would say homeworks till a particular class, probably
Yes.
till grade 5.
Even I
Homeworks
agree.
are not that required, wherein it takes away a lot of.
Takes away their fun time, their family time, and they feel drained out the next day they come and.
Somewhere I feel that we are defining ourselves into the textbook.
Yeah, that is true.
I like from class 6 onward, it is okay, fine. Yes.
Until grade 5.
Fine, we can they can get into, we can have the syllabus, but not the textbook where children can explore, they can learn from the books available in the library, they can make their own things and teachers can be a facilitator
Yes.
for them instead of
Being an
having
instructor.
With this, having some controversy.
I had doubt regarding
Yes.
that one.
In the beginning of the podcast, he mentioned rebel students, and we know why he did. Yes.
If students don't use textbooks in grade 5, wouldn't that hinder their reading abilities later
No,
on?
I am not against the textbook, I am about the textbook which
Ma'am is again telling this
Only
particular
textbook
content
center.
book that has been given to you, and they say you only do this.
Yes.
Because you're fixated towards one. Wherein till grade 5, exploration is what is required.
Yeah.
Wherein we have a lot of books in the library. Your content is very huge. Wherein the teacher can actually specify certain things for you, where you can explore them and then have your own kind of reading, rather than sticking on to everybody reading the same.
It
It's
can be like an assignment of a task. This task is for this week. Even it can be a digestive system from a science teacher. That is good.
Yes.
They can explore and they can learn.
It's like-
teacher can be a facilitator in the library, or they can take some different books from library, have it in the classroom, and they can.
It's like self-exploration,
Yes.
finding out what they
So
like.
if you're going to take something and give it to the student, like for example, when you were imagine yourself in grade 5, and I'm giving you I'm asking you a question, and giving you a book for what is your go-to thing to do? Open the book,
Search in the book.
you just see what it is and you replicate.
Yes.
But if I'm not going to give you this book, and I'm going to tell you, as ma'am suggested, digestive system, find it out.
You
What will
search for it.
Once you search for it, or you go back home, you ask someone what it is, because it's not too technical till grade 5. So your creativity comes out, your process of exploration is more, and the learning happens even better.
Yes, sir. I do agree with that.
It cannot be done for grade 10 or 12, but
Yes.
that's why ma'am has specifically told till class 5.
Like leaving a room for exploration, as long as it is possible. Yes. Like until grade 5 and 6, definitely.
Curious minds.
Yes. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this question, and we will move to the next one. And the next one seems to be an ethical question. Do you think school uniforms make everyone equal, or do they take away your uniqueness? Well, uniformity has been often debated. How important is having uniforms in school? I will go with this question to principal now.
See, even now I have a pride over my school uniform. It was preserved in my cupboard actually.
Okay.
So I feel uniform is, it creates uniqueness about it. It is not like taking away the uniqueness. Each school has its own uniform which brings, see, if Ashwin is going to leave the school and one day he's going to see the uniform, no, he'll be very happy
Nostalgic,
to see that uniform. Or if he come across any child wearing the same uniform after 5 years, no,
Yeah.
easy, this is,
He will identify that,
uniform.
yes,
I was
yes.
into that uniform 5 years back.
Yes.
So I feel like uniform give uniqueness. It's definitely is not going to take away their uniqueness.
Okay, I would definitely agree to this, but I'm sure there are many more opinions to this, and I will go to correspondent sir with the same question.
Uniforms actually create sense of belongingness and also equality. That is why we use uniforms.
We encourage that.
But when you talk about uniqueness, it is not just in clothes. It's basically from a lot of things like your character, your values,
Thoughts.
all your thoughts that matter. And it creates a sense of responsibility as well.
Yes.
So uniqueness is defined through
Our
Riksha,
qualities, not uniform.
Why the uniqueness is not defined on uniforms. It is defined through your expressions and not just in fashion.
Yeah, that is a wonderful thing to observe, that it's not the uniform. Uniform is not the thing. Your qualities should shine beyond what you're wearing. So it's not the outward show, but what is within. So that is what we encourage at Vriksha. I will go with the same question to Ashwant.
I actually agree with correspondence, sir, because
You don't have a choice.
well, it was my initial opinion as well. So uniform is not like the sense of uniform is to bring a sense of togetherness, equality, and it doesn't strip you away of your uniqueness. There's not one way wherein you just express yourself just through fashion. There are endless ways where you can express what you are. So I find that it does not strip away of your uniqueness. Rather, it adds more to your uniqueness by making you a part of something. That's my take on it.
So, like, what do you mean when you say that it makes you more unique with that? Like, are you talking about that since if everybody is wearing the same thing, then you try harder to bring out your characters or your skills more so that you are more noticeable? Is it that what you're talking about?
That could be one interpretation, but what I was trying to convey is that it's similar to what Principal Ma'am said. When students of Riksha Global School wear this particular uniform, and when they go outside of the school and after years they come across another student who wears the uniform which they used to wear, it brings a sense of nostalgia and
Pride and belongingness.
It makes you stand out when you are among other school people. This uniform makes you unique among the other school peers.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great take on this. Okay, I'll move to Mritika with the same question.
Sir, I think uniforms do not stop the uniqueness from coming out of each and one of us, because it's about how we present ourselves. It's not about what we wear. So I agree with what correspondent sir said. And I also agree with Principal Ma'am, because we also preserved our uniforms last year, sir.
They don't have a choice. Yes. Yeah,
We
even I
preserved our
agree.
uniforms, sir, by writing everything. So it's also a memory, and I think it makes us all equal, sir. Feel equal.
Yes. Okay, so we can agree to this, and definitely we believe that uniform does not take away the uniqueness. Rather, it gives us a feeling of belongingness and pride, and it continues to allow us to be unique in our own way beyond what we are wearing. So definitely, yeah. We move on to the next question. What's your vision for learning and education? That is the
Let's
one.
keep it very simple. When students are not afraid to fail, parents are not just looking for marks, and teachers are teaching from their hearts first, and lessons next, and where every child is safe, seen, supported. And at Vriksha, we just don't grow students, we actually grow humans.
That is a very powerful statement. At Vriksha, we don't grow students, we grow humans. This is something unique and one of its kind. Yes, I do agree, sir, and I hope our audience also agrees to the same, that in Vriksha, we don't create students, we make humans. Yes. Moving on with the same question to Principal Ma'am. What's your take on this?
It's actually true. It is like we are dealing with the end goals. So, like as sir said, we are making children prepare for their life, not for their marks. And it is a single, I can do it with 2 words: happy schooling.
That's a beautiful way to conclude it. Happy schooling. School memories should be happy memories. And unfortunately, most schools in the modern times are not giving their students happy times. But in Vriksha, we always ensure that when students are leaving the school, as correspondent sir always keeps telling this, that he has created a school where children can love to come back, will wish to come back again and again, no matter how many years they have left it. So at Vriksha, we do provide that kind of a thought of philosophy wherein students can actually grow into becoming good humans, better humans, rather than just robots and machines. So yes, I'll move to the students with the same question. And you have been Vrikshans for some time now. What do you think about? What's your take on this?
Well, my take on education and learning is that it's like breathing. It's innate to us. We learn from things, from everything around us. It's not something bound to just school or college. It's from since when you are a baby to an old man. You always learn, you always educate yourself on things. So it's something that's natural to us. And I believe that not just subjects are important when it comes to learning and education. It's also about how we conduct ourselves in the day-to-day life, how we behave with others, the values that we learn, how we are getting ready to face something that's going to come. So that's my vision for education and learning.
So you mean, we learn to be more civil.
Yes, sir.
Civilized. What is the civil way of living the life? That is what, the school plays one of the biggest role in teaching us that. Okay, yeah, we do agree to that. And yes, Mritika, last but not the least, what would be your take on
my
this?
vision would be that education should not be based on just books, sir, because books will support us in our coming years. We are going to face life, so we don't need books to support us, sir. I think it should teach us what life is about and how we should deal with it and all, sir. And we should look forward to coming to school, sir. As I've been Christian for 13 years and I feel bad for taking a leave, sir.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing.
I don't want to miss a day of the school, so I always look forward to coming to school, sir.
So you agree that Vriksha has given you that space where you feel alive to come to school, to be in school, rather than being drained out or depressed. That's a wonderful achievement. I guess we can give kudos to the correspondent, the director, the principal, the people who have this vision, and that is so unique about Vriksha. Okay, you have some other rebel take on
I
it?
actually agree with Mritika. I actually feel more home at school than at home. So I don't want to leave school technically.
You can then you can discuss it with sir whether he can provide you with.
That's the positiveness that we have, because every time we close school, the grade 12 students leave, we have a wonderful turnout for all the alumni. So the last year we had a lot of people turn
Yeah,
out.
Afsad's batch.
Yes.
So
So
many
it's
of
like
them.
people want to come back. That's the vision that I had.
Yes.
When we started school in 2012, it was always that when you pass school, they say you should never look at school and say, no, I don't want to come back here. Every time, even if it's going to be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, you just go back, you come back to Changod, you be in any part of the world. Come here, you should always have a sense like, I want to visit school again. Feel that nostalgia, meet the teachers, not seeing somebody and say, okay, run the other side. So it should be a place wherein you feel welcome, and also you feel that this is where you started. And life is like that. So we are very happy that we created a place wherein you start something special for your life. So best of luck towards all that you do after grade 12.
Thank you, sir.
That's a wonderful ending, and I would say, in a world where schools are vying for marks, cutthroat competition, people are fighting over 99.3%, 98.6%. Vriksha Global School has given imagination, freedom, expression, and happiness a home. This is a place where we don't just learn, this is a place where we live. That brings to the end of this wonderful podcast. I thank our respected correspondent, Mr. Harinivas Rajashekaran, our respected principal, Mrs. Yamini Radhakrishnan, for joining with us today, and also to my star kids, Ashwant and Ritika. I hope we all had a great time. Thank you so much to the audience who are viewing this. And this is not the last podcast. Definitely it's just the beginning. We are going to do many more things in the coming months. But until then, it's a goodbye. See you again very soon. Thank you so much.